Okay, students. Hello. So today we're going to keep talking about present perfect tense, right? I have gone to the store, or we have left for work. So that's present perfect tense. So today we're going to talk about how to make it negative. And first, what we need to do is we're going to go over how we make it normally, how we usually say it, which is um, the subject have or has, and then the special past verb, right? Um, Sorry, it's being weird again. Okay, so the subject, which is they, we use have because we said they, we don't say has. If we said he, she, or it, we would say has. But we say they have left for the day. Or she has left for the day. Now, to make it negative, to tell people no, that's not what happened, you would say, you make it by saying the subject, have or has, and then not, and then the special verb. So instead of saying they have left for the day, you say they have not left for the day. Or she has not left for the day. So if somebody was like, oh, where is this person? Did they go home? Did they leave for the day? You could say, oh, they have not left for the day. Or she has not left for the day. So that's how you would say it. So we're going to keep going over this. So it just says subject, have, has, not. This is just how you make it. And I'll just keep this at the top. But we have I have not seen her today. So we have the subject, which is I, have, not, and then the special past verb of see, which is seen. So past tense of see is saw, and the special past verb is seen. So I have not seen her today. If somebody was like, oh, have you seen Corey today? You could say, oh, I have not seen her today. The delivery has not arrived. That's another one. So the delivery is the subject, it's what we're talking about. Then we use has, and then not and arrived. The delivery has not arrived. My brother has not spoken to me. Or you could say, someone could ask you, oh, did your mom mention that we're coming over for dinner? You could say, oh, she has not said anything to me. She has not said anything, or she has not spoken to me. So that's how you would use that. But you just need a subject, then has or have, and then not, and then the special verb to make it negative, to tell people no. And this one, I just put it in without any fancy colors, just so you could see the different parts. The patients, that's the subject, have not eaten. So you have the not is right here, and then eaten is the special past verb. Let's see, is it gonna change? Slides? Nope. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is contractions. So contractions, remember, are words in English that are squished together to make one word. So I have can also be I've. So I have is right here, and this is I've. I've means I have. Same thing. You have, you've. We have, we've. They have, they've. It has, it's. But then, wait, so you might be thinking it means it is, right? Well, in English is weird, so we put it has and it is you can both say it's for both. And the way that you tell the difference, like if somebody said, "Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you." If somebody said, "It's been so long," you know that it has and not it is, because it uses been, which is the special past verb of be, right? So, um, it's kind of nice because you could just say it's if you don't know if you're supposed to say it is or it has. You could just say it's, but sometimes it can be confusing in English when you're talking to somebody. So, unless they have a special past verb right after the word it's, that means if it has the special past verb and they're saying it's, it means that it has. If they say it's and it just has a bunch of other stuff after it, or just a regular past, it's just it is, right? So that means she has, she's, which also means she is. She has can be he's. And then we have so those are some of the contractions that you can have. Sorry, my computer's being weird. You also can say have not can be haven't, and has not can mean hasn't. So those are other contractions. So you'll hear haven't a lot. A lot of English speakers say haven't, and they say hasn't. Not a lot of people say have not and has not. In English, people will usually, if they're just talking to you casually, they say haven't or hasn't. So we're going to do some practice. So we have the regular way to do it, and then we have the negative. We've worked here for 10 years. We've is just we have. We have worked here for 10 years. I have not gone to lunch. You could say, I haven't gone to lunch. So, if you were at work and somebody was like, oh, hey, can you do this for me real quick? You could be like, I am going to lunch. I haven't gone to lunch yet. You could say that. I haven't gone to lunch. Or if somebody said, did you go to lunch yet? You could say, I haven't gone to lunch. She has not been on time for 2 weeks. You could also say, she hasn't been on time for 2 weeks. So, we're going to do some more practice. So, focus on using the contractions. If we say I've, think in your brain, okay, that means I have. If somebody says I have, or if one of the sentences says I have, or if it's a contraction, think of what it means when it's not in a contraction, just so you can remember what they mean. So, I have loved the snack in the break room. I've loved the snack in the break room, and I have loved the snack in the break room. These mean the same thing. They mean the same exact thing. She's left for the day. My stuff. You return it, but you have a problem, and they say, what can I help you with? All you would say is, I have returned a purchase. I haven't received my refund. This one right here and this one right here, they all mean the same thing. They're just different ways to say it. So instead of saying I have, you can say I've. instead of saying have not, you can say haven't. So because you said, I have returned a purchase, it means I already did this in the past, and it's important now because I have not received my refund in the past or right now. So that's why it's good to use the present perfect tense to say this, because you're letting them know there's this stuff that happened in the past and it's important to what I'm talking about right now because it hasn't changed. I returned something, right, in the past, and I have not received my refund. Refund just means money back. It means that they give you your money back. So that's a good way to use it. So now we're going to talk about how you make questions. So to just do the normal one, right? We have the subject, have or has, the special past verb. They have gone home. That's how we normally make it. If we wanted to make it negative, we would say they have not gone home. But when we make it a question, all we have to do is flip have and has. We put it at the beginning of the sentence, and then the subject comes second, and then the special past verb. So instead of they have gone home, to make it a question, we put have in the front. Have they gone home? And it turns into a question. So that's really nice. So we're just going to do a little bit of practice for that. So our practice, they have not owned a car. To turn it into a question, that's kind of hard because we have not in here. What does that mean? All you'd have to say to make it a question is, have they owned a car? You don't have to worry about where not goes, because when you're asking a question, you will get a yes or a no. So putting a negative in there to say no just kind of makes the question more confusing, right? Have not they owned a car, or have they not owned a car? That's a little bit, you have to think about it like, okay, they're talking about that they owned a car, but they don't own a car, so what are they asking me? Do I say yes or no? So when you ask somebody a question, you always want to make sure that it's positive, that you don't put a negative in there. So if you wanted to ask about, somebody that hasn't owned a car, you could be like, have they ever owned a car? Have they owned a car? And it's a question. You have made plans tonight. To make it a question, we just say, have you made plans tonight? Dad has gone to bed. How would we make that a question? Has Dad gone to bed? Boom, and there it's a question now. You haven't seen the movie. So this one has a negative, right? You have not seen the movie. But to make it a question, all we say is, have you seen the movie? We don't need to put have not in there. We just say, have you seen the movie? Because the person will say yes or no. You don't need to put a negative in there because you're not telling somebody it's no. You're asking them if they've seen it, if they've watched the movie. And so you could just say, have you seen the movie? She's left early again. To make it a question, we would say, she's is she has, right? So what we would do is we would say, has she left early again? That's how we make it a question. We've worked overtime all this week. To make it a question, we've is we have. So you would just say, have we worked overtime all this week? So that's it for the lesson today. And I will see you next lesson.